What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. You know, I love these response videos, so I just had to do one for stau ffap. Okay. Anyway, I made a video about Bernie Sanders, and stau ffap responded. I was typing, and I realized this was going to be a big wall of text, so I decided to just do a quick video response. So let's get right into it. So she says, well, it's a picture of a woman, so I'm assuming it's a woman. You know, when you study something, you should not talk about it until you understand it fully. Fine, fair enough. You can formulate an opinion, but okay, fair enough. I can already see that you are confused about scientific process, economics, and evolution. Examples, please. You probably think you know enough about those things, but in reality, you do not have a clue, and to an educated person, you look and sound like a joke. Okay, I'll say this like I always say to everybody. Go ahead and show me. If you know better, show me where I'm wrong. Just get on the comment sections and show me I'm wrong. It's easy. It's real easy to say someone's stupid. Prove it. If I'm wrong, if all the material I read and then observe people and their behaviors and then say, hey, you know what, there's a connection here. Show me that that's wrong. Show me that the material that I read and then disseminate to you is incorrect. You, the viewers. Moving on. You have the working class supporting the non-working class. Nice example of your lack of knowledge in economics and your biased research. Apparently, you do not realize that there's no way in economics to scientifically figure out the value that an employee added to a certain product. There is no way to do that. Now, if we're talking about product value, no, I never talked about that and how you calculate product value. It's very arbitrary. Something produced in the third world for a couple of cents and then shipped across the world for a couple of dollars and then sold to you for hundreds. Yeah, I don't know. But I didn't talk about that, so I'm not really sure what you're talking about there. I don't know who is more confused here right now, you or me. There's no way to do that. What you're assuming, because you keep hearing it on your right-wing bubble, is that all wages are distributed fairly. No, I don't believe they're distributed fairly. And why should they be distributed fairly? What? I believe in a meritocracy. Why would I want fair wages? If I do a more technical job or a harder job or I work more diligently than someone else, why the hell should I make the same money as him? Fair wages? What are you talking about? Fairly in what sense? What are we talking about when we say this? Or are you some sort of feminist who believes in not equality of opportunity, but equality of outcomes? And I think that's what you're talking about here. And no, I don't believe in equality of outcomes. Equality and opportunity, sure. Equality and outcomes, hell no. Anyway, right-wing bubble fairly. You're assuming that when someone doesn't earn a lot of money, that this is exactly what this person actually deserves. No, I never said that either. You do not realize that the salary is determined usually by wealthy people. Naturally, those wealthy people are going to value their own work more. Naturally, they're going to give themselves more money. Does that sound fair? Unbiased way to distribute profits for a company? You probably can't even answer that question in an unbiased way since you have been so brainwashed from living in this American right-wing bubble. First and foremost, I don't know. Am I right-wing? I don't know. I am a free market capitalist. Now, let me ask you something. If I start a company and I hire a bunch of people, why on earth would I pay those people the same salary that I am making? It's my company. I built it. If you can provide better or more value, don't work for me. Go open up a company, compete with me, and drive me out the market or make more than me. But don't say that you, just because you work for me in my company, which I created, you deserve to make as much as I do. What world are you talking about? And as for rich people making up wages, they do have leave room in negotiation of salary value. You can go to your company, you can say, I'm worth such and such amount. And the employer could say, well, it's not worth it for me. Your labor is not worth that to me. And then you negotiate on the basis of your perceived value and his perceived value. And then you come to an amicable conclusion, I would hope, and you make the salary you want, and he pays you what he considers to be an equitable salary so that he can maintain profits in his company. Now, if you can't do that, then what do? You walk away from it. Who told you you have to work there? If you're worth more, prove your value, go somewhere else. That's easy. But really, at the end of the day, that's the only leave room that those rich people have, is salary negotiation. The people who decide salary are you and I, the regular everyday consumer. I'll give you an example. I have a barber and I have a doctor. I value both of them greatly. I value my barber if I want to go on a date with my wife. I'm like, I want to look good, I don't want to look scruffy. So I'm willing to pay him more to take care of me and line me up and make sure my head shines really beautifully. But if I break a rib or I puncture a lung, I'm willing to pay my doctor exponentially more to take care of me than I am my barber. I dictate the value. You dictate the value. We all value something more than something else. And when a vast majority of the consumer, the public, the general populace, values something greatly, then the product costs more, the service costs more, and the person who has the professional skills or abilities to provide you with that product or service, he makes more. It's not arbitrary. Some smoky room full of dudes with cigars and top hats and on a monocle, cackling manically, we'll show those people, decide, on screwing people up the bum, no freaking lubrication on paying them 4 cents an hour or whatever you think. No, you and I decide labor market value. Maybe you should study economics more. Moving on. And this is pretty much why, what do you call this? When one company can corner a market, there's a specific word for it. I forgot it now. When you have a captive market, that's pretty much why that's illegal. Why you can't legally corner a market and cut everybody else off of it. Because then, if I'm the only man in the world selling ice cream, you think I'm going to sell it for its actual worth and value, which isn't quite high? No, I'm going to freaking capitalize because I'm a capitalist. But I'm the one with the economics tomfoolery going on. Anyway, and obviously almost all major countries are socialist. Then the U.S. It is not just Germany. It's France. It's almost every Scandinavian country. It's Switzerland. Accepted. The U.S., by the way, is the wealthiest country in the history of the world. If Germany can afford it, then so can the U.S. Of course, the U.S. finds it a good idea to spend over half its money by giving it to the military. That might be the reason why the U.S. has problems with its budget. Of course, if dominating other countries is more important to you than treating your own citizens well, then yes, Bernie's plans will probably be too expensive for you. Okay, let me go back over this for you. I said in this current time and economy, Bernie Sanders is not the best for America. This current time and economy. What Bernie requires, what he needs to do, what he needs to accomplish, requires massive amounts of spending, including breaking down systems that are in place that are spending too much. How is he going to do all that as one president? Obama couldn't get universal health care. Do you think Bernie Sanders is going to be able to do something like that? Really? He's just going to walk in and then boom, everything's going to be all great. No, he's going to get programs that are going to spend even more money, and then it's going to make the situation even worse. He's not the right president for this time, not for this economy. And I stand by that. You can't spend your way out of debt. It doesn't work like that. And if you think it does, because I'm the one with the economics misunderstandings here, please show me. Go knock yourself out. Try it in your personal life and tell me how that works out for you. Furthermore, you don't know anything about Germany or poor people. I've been poor and I lived in Germany for almost 30 years. I think I know a lot about both, actually. I've actually never met a person who likes not to have a job. I have. I've met absolute bums who are happy to get free money every opportunity they get. I've met hundreds of bums and I've seen hundreds of bums. I live around some. I mean, apparently that speaks poorly for my surroundings sometimes. But I've seen it. Yeah. I've experienced it, unfortunately. I'm not one of those people, I'm happy to say, but I see, and I have seen, and I still see a lot of people like that who want free money and they just want to chill. Most of them are women. People in general want to be independent and productive. Accepted. Except for those people who can't compete. And that's the difference. We find people who can't compete complain. People who can't compete want those who can compete, aka the rich and the powerful and those who know how to compete and make money. They want to see them gimped. They want to see them crippled so that they can keep up with them. It's sort of like feminism. You can't keep up with men, so let's cripple men so that women can get a head start. Yeah. You still can't compete. Yeah, okay. Independent, productive. The overwhelming majority of people want to work. Arguable. I would say yes, but okay, fine. I'll accept that. Getting money and not doing anything for it does not feel good. To you and me and most people, I would say. But there is a large section of the population who don't feel like that. Maybe you should get out and talk to people more. People want to be valued. Absolutely. But most people overvalue themselves and the services they provide or the companionship they provide to others. You say I overvalue my mentality and my intellect. I don't care. Yeah, people want to be valued. But most of the time, people overvalue themselves, their abilities, period. People want to meet other people and have friends. Absolutely. Who respect them. Absolutely. People are social animals. Absolutely. They want to have friends. They want to have a boyfriend, girlfriends. Just being jobless really doesn't help any of those things. Agreed. Jobless people often feel like worthless losers. I've never really had that in-depth of a conversation with a jobless person, so I'll take your word for it. And guess what? Generally, people do not want to stay that way. I would agree, but if people can get free stuff, then they will. So I'm sorry to bust your bubble. You can't bust my bubble. But by wanting to work, you're not special. No, you're not. Absolutely. Who said that? I'm not sure where you got that. Most of this, I'm not sure where you're getting it. I'm just rebutting most of what you're writing here. But I don't know where I said any of this. You're not overly ambitious, but average. Okay, most people in the world are average. Let's just face the facts. Why do we love athletes and rich people and actors? Because they are outliers. They show us what human excellence can be. Yes, we're average. Of course, most people are average, yeah. Most people aren't outliers. Absolutely not. What kind of rhetorically stupid statement is that? Good God, this has to be a woman arguing with me like this, really. If you're not a woman, if you were raised by one and your dad wasn't present in your life, it might make you feel good to think that you're special for wanting to work, but you'd be lying to yourself. I think, what? Did you feel special for wanting to work? What? Why does it feel special to want to work? People just want to work. Some people want to work. Some people don't. Who said it was special? Where are you coming from on this? Anyway, let's just keep going. P.S. Other things that you face in Germany without a job. Less freedom. How so? I mean, you got a whole epidemic of people who take advantage of the system and go on vacation around the world until they get busted. Having to reveal your life and efforts to complete strangers in order to even get the money. Yeah, fine, but some people are shameless. A lot of people are shameless, so a lot of people don't care. Being rejected by countless employers and still have to try again and again. That's a part of life. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. Rejection is a part of life. If you were a man, you'd understand that. Because early on, if you wanted to get the affections of a woman, you learned real quick what rejection is and how to work ways around it. That's just how it is. Welcome to grown-up life. Anybody who wants to get a job, either your first one, a new one, a promotion, you have to go forward with the idea of rejection. Do you always get the promotion you want? Do you always get the job you want? Really? What world is this on? Because I want to move there. Tell me where it's at. You face rejection. That's reality. It's what you do with that feeling in your chest after you've been rejected. Do you improve upon yourself and excel, or do you sit in the corner and languish and whine and complain about how unfair the world is and all those rich people are making money? Those rich people are making money because they took rejection and used it as a fuel to fire in their fire and drive themselves to excellence. That's the difference between outliers and losers. So do you think it's fun? Does this sound like a socialist dream? Yeah, to some people it is, because they're living the dream. They're over here, they got cars, they got apartments, they go on vacation, and they're not working a freaking single hour of their life for it. Yeah, it is a socialist dream. What country are you in? I would think you're German, because your English isn't totally on point. So you should know. Here's a tip. Spend some time in Germany with a family that lives on Hartz IV, and then come back and tell me how great it is. Ja, ich kann mich gut aus mit Hartz IV. Ich kann viele Leute am Hartz IV. Und die haben mir schon vieles erklärt und beigebracht über das System und wie man lebt. Nee, ist es nicht schön. Aber manche Leute, das ist genug für denen. Und die sind damit zufrieden. So, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, you know I love these response videos. If you're going to come at me and like call me an idiot and act like I don't know what I'm talking about, then please at least like come with something I've said. Don't just bring up entire conversations that I didn't mention. I didn't mention 90% of the stuff in your that you wrote here. So, you know, I find it difficult to change my ideology if you can't confront me with facts, logic, and reason about my ideology, which comes from books, research, reading, listening, news, television, you know, a whole plethora of sources. So, what's your name again? ffap. Try and fap less, and try and get that information to not get gestaued at your ears. And yeah, maybe we can have a conversation. This is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Abuamerican. I'm out.